What are you doing? What are you doing? We are live. We are live. Gotta adjust. Gotta make my adjustments. Gotta make some tweaks. Adjust. Beans. Automatic save. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody's rolling in one by one. Hello. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome. A little bit late this morning, or this afternoon. I'm a little bit late. I apologize for being a little bit late. I love you, Italian man. How many times have I heard that? How are you? How's everybody doing? Oh, Captain General, my liege. Did you say... Bella ciao, 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 ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato invasor. Un partigiano, portami via. Bella ciao, 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 ciao. Oh, partigiano, portami via. You like that little twist? Que mi sento di morir. I like that little twist at the end there, a little adjustment. How about some Mao Zedong? Nice. Hi everybody, welcome. Good afternoon. There's not too much to talk about today. That's a joke. Chris, answer my questions. What question? It says 2 different mods, LMAO. What's going on? What's the question? I have a bloody nose. Can you suck it out? Mods, ban this man. That's a moderator. Who said that? One of my mods said that? Fantastic. Love to hear it. Hi, Beans. Come here, Mr. Beans. Hi, handsome boy. You want to say hi to everybody? Come in here for some camera time. Hi, everybody. Mr. Beans. Dr. Beans. Where you going? Oh. Happy guy. Very happy guy. Okay, you can go. A lot of fur. Yeah. Your intelligence is so sexy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $5. Good afternoon, Chris. Appreciate your work. Here's something funny. In the latest South Park episode, they had Trump clapping Vance's cheeks. No shot. I believe you, and I cannot pull up South Park on a stream. I'll get fucking copyrighted in a millisecond, but... that's fucking crazy, dude. Like, I mean, here's the thing. South Park has always, like, taken it to as far as they possibly could. Don't forget, South Park did, like, a depiction of Muhammad, and they ended up getting bombed. Like, didn't they get bombed because they had a whole Muhammad episode? Thanks for becoming a loyalist. I appreciate that. So, I mean, it's kind of expected for South Park to push the line like that. It's just people became pussies, you know? People are pussies nowadays. Everyone's a fucking lib. Everyone's a lib. And nowadays, I guess South Park does what they usually do, and people are like, that's unbelievable, bro. And it's like, bro, we've been bombed before. You inspired me to talk and protest at Vancouver City Hall yesterday. I am proud of you, Aura. You keep that shit up, and you keep manifesting that fucking aura. You gotta understand why we do what we do, or at least why I do what I do. I don't know how many of you are new here, but I want kids one day. I really want to be a father. And I refuse to raise children in a fascist nation. So that means one of 2 things. Either I can't have kids, or I'm gonna have to tear down the system and create a better one. So I'm gonna go with the latter, you know? We're gonna go with the latter. And chaos is a ladder. Climb, my brothers. Climb, my brothers. Climb, my brothers. I'm wearing Spider-Man pants. I'm not showing you my Spider-Man pants. I'm my Spider-Man pants. I look business in the business on the top, Spidey on the bottom. Okay. Okay. So I wanted today's episode to be primarily focused on Cuck Schumer. You know, Chuck the Cuck. Because his numbers are plummeting. I'm pretty sure Chuck is like the least popular Democrat politician of all time. Are you guys seeing this? Is Mao Zedong flashing, or is that just me? How about Stalin? Thanks, Joe. Joe usually holds the line. He'll be fine where he is. Please talk about his imaginary family. Who? Chuck Schumer? Isn't he single? I thought Chuck Schumer's like a bachelor. You know, he calls himself a bachelor or some shit, right? Okay, so Chuck Schumer approval rating. Next week is my last week as a truck driver. Congratulations. What are you doing next? Yeah, look at this. So this is the Washington Times. Schumer is now the most unpopular Senate Democratic leader on record. And that means, like, since they started keeping track of this shit. And I think they started that in, like, the 1980s. Harry Enton covered that. I don't know. You guys know who Harry Enton is? He's the guy who's on CNN. He's like, well, that's a whole bunch of malarkey, folks. I'm going to pull up the polls here. What do they say? They say you're fucked, kid. Like, he does the whole, like, transatlantic accent in today's day and age, which unironically bangs hard as fuck. Because we're back in those times. You know, like, my fellow Americans. There is a great scourge clouding our nation. There is a great evil succumbing to us all. The rise of fascism. Now, my fellow Americans, I simply cannot have that, and I believe that you cannot either. I'm telling you, the transatlantic accent goes stupid, dumb hard because we are reliving that fucking era. It wouldn't go hard in, like, 2008. We'd be like, that's cheesy. But I'd be like, Donald John Trump is a fascist through and through. He meets all 14 characteristics of a fascist. He is designed to pit the American against each other. He gives you a scapegoat. He'll blame the migrant. He'll blame the socialist. He'll blame the blacks. He'll blame the Jews. He'll blame the Islam. But he will not take responsibility for his own failures. Beans. You know? But that's what that is. I hear a little bit of Southern there. You know, the transatlantic accent isn't a real accent. It's supposed to be, like, mixed up. You know? Okay. So, Cuck Schumer is now the most unpopular Senate Democrat leader. I want a whole bunch of this shit. Oh, this is about Harry Enton. All right, let me see if I can whip up Harry Enton's coverage, because Harry Enton, he's a leggy. The first thing that always pops up on this fucking app is Elon Musk. Elon Musk. It's always Elon. So what is this? What are we holding on to, Sam? That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. It's worth Dude, the fact that Sauron thinks he's Frodo is genuinely concerning to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Elon was any character in Lord of the Rings, I think he's Saruman, right? He's not Sauron, he's Saruman. Sauron is probably Trump, but, like, realistically, it's like Netanyahu. I don't know, but he's definitely not fucking Frodo. He's not fucking Frodo. Okay, I think we should normalize speakeasies. Dude, speakeasies still exist, bro. In New York City, they're like the best places to drink. You gotta find them. Like, sometimes it's hard to find them. You get to, like, the address and you're like, what the fuck? And then you realize it's like, you gotta knock on this steel door 3 times and the slat opens and he's like, what is the password? And you gotta be like, long live the king. And then you're in, you know? Some crazy shit like that. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Anyway, Harry Enton, Chuck Schumer. What is this? Oh, that's July. No, I want Harry Enton. Where's... Give me Harry Enton.
water on basically every single issue he ran on in 2024. But the Epstein files,
Oh, so this is about the Epstein. Okay, so here's the thing. I wanted to make today's video when I start filming about Cuck Schumer and the Epstein files. I mean, it's going to be hard to combine the two to choose a thumbnail, but we'll see.
Epstein case are especially dreadful for him. What are we talking about here? Well, let's take a look at Trump's Senate approval rating on the issue. Look, they're all in red. They're all...
Zora Sassfire. Oh, you're the one who donated to Kyle. Dude, I'm sorry, bro. I fucked up. I was watching Kyle and I got your name in the super chats. Kyle wrote it down, but I fucking misspelled it and he thinks your name is Christ Valenti. I'm sorry. He pronounced it as Christy. Fuck. First of all, thank you for the $20. Second of all, do not apologize because him calling me Christy Valenti is the closest thing he's ever done to saying my name. So I'll take it. I seen the clip. I appreciate it regardless. And I'm sure if you type in Christy Valenti, I'll probably pop up. Or if you typed in Christ Valenti, I'd still pop up. I'm sure I'd pop up. But yeah, no, listen, I appreciate the $20 and I appreciate you doing that. That's what I've been saying. The one thing that this channel is missing is collaboration, right? I have to collaborate with other creators and a lot of them make it very difficult to reach them. So the only way that you can is by, you know, playing the lottery, donating like that, like the $20 donation that pops up on the screen type shit. So if you guys want me to collaborate with other content creators, the best way for you to help that be done is to go to their streams and tell them to collaborate with me. That's the better way to do it than me being one of, because dude, I'm a content creator. Do you know how many fucking DMs we get? It's unimaginable. So I understand why they're not responding to DMs. It's nearly impossible to tell when somebody fucking DMs you. So it's easier when it comes from the audience themselves. Because then you reach out to the other person. You know what I mean? You for president, OG, I'll vote for you. I'm 28 years old. I know that I'm aging like milk because Donald Trump is the fucking president and I spend every day trying to dismantle his fascist regime. But I couldn't even run for president until 2036. You understand? You understand? You're gonna have to wait. But you know what that means? That gives us time. That gives us time to build Legion. That gives us time to plant seeds. You see, this past year, I went from 20,000 subs in gaming content to 130,000 subs in political content. This is the seeding era. We are seeding, comrades. 2026 to 2028, we are watering. We are watering. 2029 to 2032, we are cultivating. We are cultivating. And 2033 to 2036, we distribute the corn to all comrades. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bello ciao, 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 ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato, ho trovato invasor. Nice. I'm a psychopath. Anyway, let's launch a little bit of Harry Enten.
All in the negative territory, but on immigration, you know, he's 5 points underwater. Foreign policy, 8 points. Trade and tariffs, he's 17 points. The economy, 18 points. But look at the Epstein case. He is 39 points below water on the Epstein case. His net approval is 39 points.
This is what I've been saying, bro. Like, Republican leaders are cruel and evil, right? But Republican voters, by and large, are the working class, right? Blue-collar voters. And they may be, like, easily duped, and they may be relatively cruel, and they may be like, fuck immigrants, man, and they're stealing my jobs, man, and fucking bomb Venezuela, man. But it is really difficult to get anybody to support child rape. You know, it's really hard. So this is expected. You know what I'm saying? This may be the whole reason why Donald ran for president in the first place, was because he was like, the only way that I can get rid of this guy, Jeffrey, the only way I can get rid of this guy who's got treasure troves of blackmail on me is if I'm the fucking president of the United States, and then I got her, and then I got who, and then I got who. Well, you know? You know? Not gonna lie, I think that may have been the plan. Thank you for the diamond. Thank you for the dollar diamond. I appreciate you. I don't know. That's my theory. That's my theory.
In the negative, my goodness gracious, what Donald Trump has been selling on the Epstein files, the Epstein case, the American people, simply put, have not been buying at all, Sarah Seidner.
All right, so is there any...
Well, yeah, of course they're not buying it. Hold on. I have Trump's Truth Social queued up on my fucking stream deck. Let's see what the cocksucker had to say about it. Wow. Oh, okay. This is how you know he's panicking, gang. This is how you know he's panicking. Okay. I don't know if you know this, but Trump has had like an emergency meeting this morning in the Situation Room with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, all about the Epstein files. He hasn't posted in almost 24 hours. That is actually very telling. I know Donald like the back of my fucking hand. Thank you for the $20, lasagna. I know Donald like the back of my fucking hand. He doesn't go 24 hours without posting. That's not how he operates unless he's panicking. He's working. He's actually moving. Like right now, I bet you he's moving. He ain't sitting there watching Fox News. He's making deals. He's making promises. He's making bribes. He's saying, I'll give you $50 billion if you fucking just vote no on releasing the Epstein files. Thank you for the $5. Nick Roberto, if you'd be down to collab with you. I don't know who that is, but I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member for 4 months. There's already MAGA defending child rape. I know, I've seen it. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I was a Trump supporter when I was younger, 13 to 17. Now I'm 22, and I'm glad I switched before I became a legit adult. Yeah, no, listen, man. This is the thing about Donald. Donald used it, like, he used the right verbiage, right? Like, he ran a better campaign than Kamala Harris, but he never meant any of it. And there were people like myself who were like, guys, he's lying. He's lying. He's saying, I'm going to end all the wars on day one. I'm going to lower the price of groceries. I'm going to undivorce your parents. And I'm going to get rid of those gay thoughts eating at the back of your brain. And all these fucking people were like, well, that sounds great. But he never meant it. He's a billionaire. He's always been for the 1%. He's never given a fuck about the American people. You know what I mean? He's only given a fuck about rich people. That's it. That's all he cares about. And half the electorate believed it. Our electorate is so dumb. That's the thing. There's a difference between being dumb and being uneducated, right? If you were to say America is uneducated, you would be correct, irrefutably correct. If you were to say America is dumb, you'd be wrong. It'd be debatable at least. But red states, Republican voters, whether you want to hear this or not, they are less educated, right? Now, that doesn't mean that they're all fucking stupid. It means that their education level is lower on average. And this is trackable, you know, traceable. We're talking about, brother, there's a reason it's called K through 12. They're numbers. You can trace them, you dumb fuck. Same thing with college. Which degree do you have? Undergrad or graduate? There are ways to measure this shit. And in blue states, education levels are higher. In red states, education levels are lower. Where the less educated you are, not stupid, not dumb, the less educated you are, the more likely you are to vote Republican. Now, let me ask you, which party is like shitting all over higher education? Which party says, oh, when you go to college, it'll make you a liberal fuck? Or saying that college is like bad for you, you shouldn't send your kids? Only one party says that. The Republican Party. And it's not because they don't go to, what do you think, Donald Trump didn't go to college? You think J.D. Vance didn't go to college? You think Mitch McConnell didn't go to college? They all went to college. But they don't want their voters to go to college, because when you go to college, you are exposed to different cultures, different ethnicities, different religions, different genders, different people. You are forced to leave your small little fucking town that you grew up in, where everybody's goddamn white and Episcopalian or some fucking shit. And you go somewhere and you meet this person who you have been trained to fear. You meet some fucking trans Muslim socialist, and you're like, oh my God, is he gonna kill me? And he's like, yo, what up, bro? And he daps you up. He goes, you wanna get high? And then you smoke a joint. You go to a party and you're like, this guy's kind of fucking sick. Why was I supposed to hate this guy? And that's why they don't want you to go to college, because it's very difficult to go to college and come out hating everybody you're around. Good luck having 4 years of fun when you fucking hate everybody who doesn't look like you. Good fucking luck. It's the same reason why it's very hard to be a Republican in New York City. Because you walk 10 blocks and you hear the fucking halal guy in Arabic, you hear somebody on the phone in Spanish, you hear somebody yelling in Chinese. Like, it's good fucking luck not getting exposed to other cultures. And then the thing is, how are you going to live your life rageful, angry, and combative? You're not going to be able to do it. So you end up just kind of just becoming good again. What's good, habibi? Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. Inshallah. All right. I kind of just bodied there. I just popped off bars. Okay, so Big Daddy Donnie, he hasn't said diddly shit.
Sign that things have gotten better since there have been some things that have been released.
Yeah, okay.
Although released by Democrats.
There have been some things that have been released. Donald Trump has been trying to make some sort of case saying that, you know, the folks don't necessarily care about it. But take a look here. Approve of the Trump admin on the Epstein case in early July, right, when you had those DOJ droppings, right? It was 17%. Look at where we were by late September. The latest poll I can find it, 20%. You know, we often talk about Donald Trump having this floor.
Anybody in chat ever done a poll like this? Who are they polling? Like, who's doing? Like, I don't even understand how this works. Who the fuck are they calling? Who's picking up the phone? I don't get calls.
Right, of at about 40%. On this particular issue, he is less than half the level of the supposed floor. There is just nobody in the electorate who is buying this. They do not like the way that the Trump administration has been handling this case.
I would unironically believe these more if they were like, we've combed through all of the posts online and we're measuring it. Cause like, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like, who the fuck is picking up the phone for a pollster?
One iota.
Republicans have generally said they like what Donald Trump is doing, generally speaking. How do they feel about the Epstein case?
Okay, so you see, approve of Trump on the Epstein case. This is overall, right? And you see.
Thank you for the $7, or I appreciate you.
17%.
Have fun with your midterm.
You say 20%. That is way below the 40% floor that Donald Trump supposedly has. How does that possibly happen? It's because of Republicans. Because look at this number. Okay.
Oh, they pay you? Oh, I didn't know. They pay people. They'll give you like $20 a month to do polls. All right.
Republicans who approve of Trump's job as president, 87%.
Holy shit. Holy shit, that's so fucking high. Yo, are these people fucking brain dead?
That is basically in line with the long-term average, 85, 90, 95%. But look at the Trump admin's job on the Epstein case. Just 45% of Republicans, less than half of Republicans are even buying what the administration is telling. Look, we're not necessarily sure whether or not this case has moved the ball on Trump's overall approval rating yet, but I can tell you that the more that this case is in the news, the worse it is for Donald Trump, because simply put, it is his worst issue by far.
Which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, yeah, the Epstein thing is fucking huge, but it's like, guys, we're also waging multiple illegal wars. He's also destroyed all of the money for food stamps and healthcare. We're building a $500 million base in Gaza and sending thousands of U.S. troops there. Who has heard of this? This is some news from yesterday. I'm sure some of you are like, Chris, what are you talking about? Should I throw that in there? U.S. base building in Gaza. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Navy. Oh, come on. I'm not paying for this. I'll give you the headline. Navy considers base for 10,000 near Gaza without U.S. troops. Bullshit. That's not the headline I fucking read. But yeah, I'm not paying for your fucking article. I want Cuck Schumer's, though. I want Cuck Schumer. Harry Enton had a good piece on Chucky.
That's on Cuck.
No, that's April. I think Kyle covered this. I'm gonna steal his links. Let's steal Kyle's links together, gang. Oh. Oh, Kyle's... Don't... Never mind. Don't... Fuck you. Don't go there. Stay here. Where is... Yeah, this.
All right, you also...
He had a bunch of links here. Yeah, Prem Thakur, I think. Give me that. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna mute this because it's probably copyrighted. This is why I'm about to make a video shitting on Cuck Schumer, because unironically, like they're right. Like Cuck Schumer's a fucking pussy. Hakeem Jeffries is a fucking pussy. These people are fucking pussies. And also, there's been reporting coming out that is the wording that they're using in the White House. That like Republican, like the cabinet is calling them fucking pussies. They think we're fucking pussies. They're like, these fucking loser ass pussies. I can't fucking believe that they bent the knee. Because we are. They are. It's fucking insane. And I say we, I mean the Democrat Party. No, I fucking hate calling myself a goddamn Democrat. Ah, he's followed by the DSA as well. Love that. All right, he had some sort of board. Is this it? Yeah. So here's a list of all of these Democrats who have called for Cuck Schumer's resignation. What is it? There's 11 congressional Democrats, 15 Democrat-aligned organizations, and 8 Democrat candidates, all calling for Cuck to resign. All of them. This is so many goddamn people. That's incredible. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, Onyx. Breaking. An Israeli intelligence officer, Mossad, a Mossad agent, lived at Jeffrey Epstein's home in Manhattan, all while he was an aide to Israeli Defense Minister Ehud Barak. Thank you for the $10 dono. Thank you for the $2 dono. I'm not even surprised. Like, I know this. We all know Jeffrey Epstein worked for Mossad, right? We're all aware, right? Like, this is kind of, yeah, bro. We knew. We been knowing. The fuck? Who the fuck is surprised by this? But we're going to have that queued up. So Prem Thakur, he had a couple more here. Where's the other one? Oh, yeah, Zeteo News. Hold on. Zeteo News. Thank you for the $1. Go to DNC meetings and vote for better people. Fuck the DNC. I'm in the DSA, bitch. Fuck the DNC. Excuse me. All right. Oh, yeah. Mehdi Hassan tweeted this. Mehdi Hassan. Mamdani should change his mind about Lord Putin. What does that even mean, bro? What do you even mean? I'm calling Epstein a Mossad agent is too narrow. He was a power broker who was in bed with literally anyone who wanted to exploit. Yes, he helped him and everybody else. Yeah, but I mean, if you work for Mossad, you work for Mossad. You can also work for other places, but I think he was also a fucking Mossad agent. All right, let's see. What has Mehdi Hassan got for us?
And policymakers at the Federal Reserve to receive critical government data. The Democrats may have permanently damaged the federal statistical system with October CPI and jobs reports likely never being released. And all of that economic data released will be permanently impaired, leaving our policymakers at the Fed flying blind at a critical period.
Holy shit, you're gonna pretend like you don't have the jobs numbers because of how bad they are? Dude, that is a horrible sign. I think our economy is actually about to fucking collapse, like genuinely. The jobs numbers are so fucking bad that they're refusing to release them and claiming they'll never release them again because they're permanently impaired by the shutdown. Are you out of your fucking mind? That's absolutely nuts. All right, when did Mehdi tweet this, though? Let's see. November 10th. Okay, so let's scroll down to November 10th. God damn, these people must have staffers tweeting up a fucking storm, bro. Who the fuck has time to tweet like this? Who the fuck has time to tweet like this? Christ almighty. All right, now I think we're at November 10th, are we? No, we're not. Sweet Jesus. There's probably a way better way to do this, and I'm just stupid as shit. There's definitely a way better way to find this.
Somebody that comes from Somalia where they don't have anything. They don't have police, they don't have military, they don't have anything. All they have is crime. And she comes in and tells us how to run our country. The Constitution says this, the Constitution, the whole thing is crazy.
Bro, he's never read the Constitution in his fucking life. He has never read the Constitution in his fucking life. Garen fucking Teed.
Was willing to do the rare earth. But it's so... President Xi was willing to do the rare earth thing, that's magnets. Now, nobody knows what a...
What? Does he think rare earth minerals are magnets? What? Oh my god. I actually think he's like the stupidest man ever.
Magnet is. If you don't have a magnet, Xi. But it's so... President Xi was willing to do the rare earth thing, that's magnets. Now, nobody knows what a magnet is. If you don't have a magnet, you don't make a car.
What? Nobody knows what a magnet is? If you don't have a magnet, you can't make a car? What? What?
You don't make a computer. You don't make televisions and radios and all the other things. You don't make anything. It's a 30-year effort to monopolize a very important thing. Now, within 2 years, we'll have magnets, all the magnets we want, but we don't because of tariffs.
What the fuck is he saying? Did they cut this? I think they cut this from whatever interview. Like, where the fuck? Why the fuck have I never seen this?
I said, listen, here's the story. You're going to play the magnet. I'm going to play the tariff on you. And for national security purposes, I raised the tariff by 100% over and above what they were paying, which was 55. So he was at 155%. Within 10 minutes, I got a call. We'd like to meet. And we settled it out. And we made a wonderful deal, great deal for...
Dude, they wanted to meet with you so quick because Xi Jinping and the rest of his fucking Chinese oligarchs are like, is he serious? Is he dead ass? Is he a fucking idiot? Yeah. Sign this quick before one of his fucking staffers tells him this is the stupidest shit he's ever created.
Our country. But
oh my god, he's dumb as he's so dumb. He's so dumb. It's unbelievable. All right. Where's the Zateo news?
That will actually solve the problem and not we'd like to bring back to the table because that will actually solve the problem and not just subsidize insurance companies.
So you're not committing to bringing up a bill that deals with the Obamacare subsidies before they expire?
I'm not committing to it or not committing to it. What I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
is,
So Chuck Schumer actually literally got nothing because the whole reason why we ended the government shutdown was because he said that they're going to have a vote on it. But now Mike Johnson's saying, no, I'm not committing to have a. So literally, we actually went through that for nothing. The entire government shutdown was literally for nothing. Nothing came from it at all.
that we do a deliberative process. That's the way this always works, and we have to have time to do that, and we will in a bipartisan fashion.
If something passes the Senate,
We'd like to bring back to the table because that
Unbelievable. Oh, I mean, actually believable, to be frank. What the fuck is this? Oh my God, that's Miriam Adelson. That's the Queen of Israel.
I want to wish you congratulations on receiving the ZOA's Mort Zuckerman's Maccabees Warrior Award for.
That's stupid, dumb, loud, and I apologize for putting you through how loud that was. No, she actually looks like a demon sent from hell, right? Like a demon from hell, right? That's what that is, right? Is that a demon sent by Satan? That's a demon sent by Satan. Why are her lips blue? Why is her face red? Why are her lips blue? That's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I don't want to see it, and I'm going to scroll. All right, where is Mehdi Hassan's sheesh tweet where he just says, sheesh, sheesh. He just straight up hits me with the sheesh.
Some Democrats in your own caucus are suggesting Schumer is ineffective as Senate Democratic leader.
Some Democrats in your own caucus are suggesting that Schumer is ineffective as Democrat leader.
Some Democrats in your own caucus are suggesting Schumer is ineffective as Senate Democratic leader and should be replaced. You, of course,
And should be replaced.
are critical of this deal. Do you view him as effective, and should he keep the job?
Yes and yes.
Wait. Go back. Sorry, I had a tech issue there.
And should be replaced. You, of course, are critical of this deal. Do you view him as effective, and should he keep the job?
Do you view him as effective, and should he keep his job, in reference to Chuck Schumer? If you say anything other than no right now, Apac Shakur, you fucking piece of shit, I'm gonna tweak.
Yes and yes.
There it is. There it is. There it is, bro. You know how much fucking money this piece of shit has gotten from AIPAC? This fucking Israeli agent. You do not represent anybody. You represent fattening your own fucking pockets and taking Israeli shekels, dude. Oh yeah, no, Chuck Schumer, of course he needs to stay in power because he's an establishment shill and I'm an establishment shill. And we need to maintain the status quo because if we had real progressive change, they would get rid of all of my fucking money. Jesus Christ, you fucking waste. Do you know the actual number? No, but AIPAC Tracker probably does. AIPAC Tracker, Hakeem Jeffries. Where is he? So, from AIPAC, Hakeem Jeffries has received $1.7 million. Resign, you piece of shit. Resign in fucking disgrace. Here, look at AOC. $0. Mike Lawler, that fucking scumbag. I fucking hate this piece of shit. Look at Latimer with $20 million. Latimer with $20 million fucking dollars. Chuck with the exact same amount. By the way, look at Chuck and Hakeem with the exact same amount of money, except for like, what, $30? It's because they get paid one day apart from each other, the same fucking amount. It's fucking disgusting. Anybody on this page in the red needs to be fucking primaried. You listen, guys, you need to understand, you cannot vote for anybody who has received a single dollar of Israeli money. A single fucking dollar of that blood-soaked fucking apartheid regime's money. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. All right, let's keep scrolling. Or I want to get that one up there. So we're going to get that one up there in a second. Once I find this last tweet, cuz now we're getting into the weeds. We're going to have to find it soon, right? I want that on a tab. Let's see. Sheesh, Zateo News. How do you get into politics? You start filming when you speak. You let your voice be heard, and you understand that each one of those suit and tie wearing sons of bitches were no fucking different than you at one point. Unless they're like, you know, from a political dynasty like the Cuomos or the Clintons or the Kennedys, right? They were like, I want to get into politics. What do I do? Now, you can get into it, but what they ended up doing was as soon as they were approached by PACs, you know, by giant corporations who recognized their power and wanted to buy their power, they bent the fucking knee and they took the money. You have to understand that you will be approached. I've been approached. You're going to be approached by people who want to buy your voice because they recognize your power. You do not sell it. The power is within you. That is why they're approaching you. They're trying to hijack it. So, Zateo News ends up having this. Furious liberals call for Schumer to step aside. But part of the quote here, Mehdi Hassam tweeted this out. The Trump White House, for its part, is cackling, sometimes literally, about the turn of events. Two White House officials and two other Trump advisors could barely contain their giddiness when asked by Zateo about the latest instance of the Democrat elite capitulating to Trump. Multiple Trump aides and allies kept gratuitously using terms such as losers and pussies, and they reveled in the relief from a shutdown that even President Trump acknowledged was getting Republicans killed politically. That is exactly what was happening. That is exactly what was happening. We finally had a little bit of motion. Everybody was blaming the Republicans. I mean, like, they were going with this line that, like, Democrats shut down the government to give health care to illegal immigrants, and it wasn't sticking. That's why you heard that in the beginning, and then it sort of died off because it just wasn't sticking. Nobody was buying that shit. It's like, brother, you don't even give health care to Americans. Why would you give them to, why would they be giving it to illegal immigrants if they don't even give it to Americans? We don't even have universal health care. There's some shit with The View. I want to get that up. It's very low quality. Very loud, too. Sorry.
My goodness. My. You all treat us like you've met us before. So let us tell you what's been going on. The biggest sticking point in the longest U.S. government shutdown has been Democrats demanding that Republicans negotiate to extend health care subsidies that are about to expire. But last night, 8 Senate Democrats threw in the towel by siding with the GOP to advance a vote.
By the way, you guys got to understand what The View is. This is the most libbed up show ever. These people were wearing pantsuits for Hillary Clinton.
Could lead to the government reopening, and they tried to explain themselves to their unhappy colleagues. Take a look.
I understand. Let's keep this. I don't want to watch this until I start recording. That way I can have like a real raw reaction to it. Now, where did he get the Harry Enton clip? Oh, it's from Harry Enton. I'm a dipshit. Of course it's from Harry Enton. Of course he posts it himself. Look at this fucking wannabe ass, divorced dad ass fucking Charlie Kirk loser.
But thank you guys for coming out. Look, I usually don't address the crowd because these are meant to be intimate conversations.
The crowd? What are there, 12 people there?
I want to put someone...
Show me the crowd.
Today and... All right. Hey.
Dude, it sounds like there's 12 people there.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay. Come on, stop with the cheering. It's
Dude, reminder, this is the guy who was caught on video, like, getting aggressive with his pregnant wife, and then she divorced him, and then he made a video saying divorce should be illegal. And then he, like, kind of went, like, MIA. He also turned down, like, what was it? A $50 million contract and called it wage slavery because they told him he couldn't use slurs anymore.
embarrassing. I'm just sitting here at a picnic table doing horse shit.
Yeah, that's how low you fucking stooped, you failure.
But thank you guys for coming out. Look, I usually don't address the crowd because these are meant to be intimate conversations.
Shut the fuck up. Suck my fucking dick, bro. Suck my dick. All right, let's get Harry Enton up. Not Harry Enton, Harry. Harry. All right. Which tweet is this? So this is the Schumer popularity. Let's see if we could find that. Is this it?
What about Democrats nationwide feeling about Chuck Schumer? I think the word of the day is terrible, terrible,
This is it. This is it. We'll have that. We'll get that queued up. Looks like Crowder had some work done. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. All these fucking people get Mar-a-Lago work done to them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Oh, yeah. There's also some news coming out that Chuck Schumer had backroom deals with Trump to negotiate the end of the shutdown. Like this. NBC's reporting inside the backroom negotiations that led to the shutdown deal. Let's see. Where's the secret? I want to know the secret one. A private caucus meeting. So, Senate Democrats arrived at their caucus-wide lunch riding high, renewed in their belief that Democrats could win this standoff. So this must be after, like, the Zoran election, right? Yeah, November 4th. So the election. So next day, November 5th, Democrats arrive at the caucus-wide lunch, riding high, renewed in their belief that Democrats could win the standoff, right? One source described the private caucus meeting around this time as 40 Democrats saying, why would we cave now? We're winning politically. Democrats who were quietly skittish about the party's strategy throughout the shutdown, like Gary Peters, spoke up in front of colleagues about the upside of holding firm. Peters eventually floated the idea of a one-year extension for the Obamacare subsidies. That is it's a strategic trap. You give a one-year extension to the subsidies. That gives us time to bake that into the 2026 elections, right? So even though it's like a one-year subsidy, you could still hold it on for longer if we ended up winning in 2026 across the fucking board. Let's keep going. Okay. Only that renewed political confidence also fueled some fear. Moderate Democrats worried their party may be overreacting to the results, overreaching. Okay. Shaheen, King, and Hassan, the big three, in the words of the source, felt that they needed to make progress on a deal fast. And I believe a lot of that was because of, like, airlines pressure Democrats to open government. I think, like, their private donors, where is it? Yeah. Major U.S. airlines and pilot unions significantly pressured Democrats to end the recent government shutdown. Yeah, so the airlines had, like, a huge play in this, because I'm pretty sure, like, they donate, or they're probably huge donors to a lot of these Democrats, like Chuck Schumer. What is it? Is it on the lever? Let's see if I could find this. David Sirota. Airline profits. Okay, let's see if I can find this. David Sirota. David Sirota, Twitter, airlines, pressure, Democrats to open the government. Shout out to my boyfriend Emerson for turning me onto your channel. I used to know a guy named Emerson. You make the news bearable and make us smile every day. Can't wait till you're our 49th president. Much love from California. Hashtag Valenti49. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. Emerson's a great name. Thank you, Bay Queen. And yeah, no, listen. We laugh so we can't cry here. That's the whole point. You got to make it bearable. You got to make it bearable, or else people are just gonna fucking quit. All right. So this is what we got from David Sirota. Airlines, favorite Democrats, just voted to end the shutdown. Senate Dems who voted to end the shutdown without extending ACA subsidies took in a third of airlines' PAC-driven election spending last year. Okay, so people like Cuck Schumer and Gene Shaheen and all these fucking cocksuckers, right? They are making millions of dollars from PACs organized by these giant airline companies. And as we know, the airlines are taking a huge hit because Donald Trump has been like attacking air traffic controllers, and air traffic controllers aren't being paid. It's like the hardest job in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy shit. Crazy shit. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Any senator who can offer a motion to challenge his leadership position and get him a vote. Get a vote in 7 days. Kyle is reporting, or this guy David Dayen, Kyle is showing this. Let me see if I could find this. Is that him? David Dayen. Many are calling for Chuck Schumer's resignation. Schumer already has 1 foot. Yeah, no, I mean, listen. Chuck Schumer is old as fuck. We live in a gerontocracy. The overwhelming majority of our leaders are like over the age of 65, I believe. We literally live in a fucking gerontocracy, and it is pitiful. It is disgusting. And then Keith Edwards. Yes, Keith Edwards reported that I think it's like a whole bunch of people are resigning from Chuck Schumer's team. Let's see. What's the guy's name? Keith Edwards. Yeah, look at this. Keith Edwards. Hi, everyone. After 7 years of fighting the good fight on digital with the incredible people here at Senator Schumer's office, I wanted to let you know I'm headed out of the next adventures in life and make sure you have the best contacts in Schumerland moving forward. Thank you all so much for... They can't even do it anymore. These people are fucking quitting. They can't even do it anymore. They're like, it's too embarrassing to say that I work for Chuck Schumer. I gotta fucking quit right now. I gotta quit right the fuck now. It's pitiful. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have to admit that. And then I want Gunther Eagleman. Gunther Eagleman. The View. Twitter. I also gotta get some fucking water in me for real. What is this? This is 33 minutes ago from Gunther.
Deployment Force.
Hold on.
Not only a 20-year officer, but he's also a member of the National Deployment Force, which means that he takes on extra responsibilities at TSA. He not only fulfilled every one of his hours during this shutdown, but he also...
I really don't care. I fucking hate this cunt. Gunther, where is it? The View is destroying Chuck Schumer. That's the thing. I don't think these Republicans understand that when the Democrats start targeting people like Chuck Schumer, it means that far left ideology such as ourselves is becoming more normalized. It's not that we're turning Republican, it's that we're becoming socialists, bro. Gunther Eagleman, The View, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, is this it?
Republicans.
Doesn't need to be Gunther's. I already have that. $5. Chris, please explain to me why you can't use copyrighted material, but the scumbags can. I'm going to start my own channel when I can afford another pewter. Okay, so it's two things. One, these rich scumbags can afford to buy access to that music. They can pay the artists to do it. And then the second thing is, some of them are also just like, they don't care. They're so powerful that they don't care about violating copyright, because what's going to happen is like, whoever owns the copyright is some fucking YouTube music going to sue the president of the United States. Like, dude, they're using Nintendo and DHS ads. They do not fear the law. That's the thing. They just don't fear it because they write the law. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way of the world, man. If you have enough if you have enough money, you can do whatever you want. Unfortunately true. It's true in a capitalist nation. Oh, and then Ken Klippenstein. Ken Klippenstein, Chuck Schumer should go. THC ban in the CR? No, it's a hemp ban. We saw that. We already covered that yesterday. What the fuck? This is an insane... How is that a headline? I don't even know if I could read that out loud. Can I read that headline out loud? Is that even legal to say? This is fucking nuts. He's gonna get, bro, like, as funny as this is, he's gonna have the FBI break down his door. Read the subline? Yeah, like the subline makes it all better. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Politically and metaphorically, of course. I get it. But there's no shot that's legal. Dude, there's no fucking shot that is legal. That is fucking insane. Don't tell me that's not fucking nuts. Don't tell me that's not fucking nuts. You know that's fucking nuts. I'm not saying I disagree. I ain't saying I disagree. But I mean, for fuck's sake. Oh, not Threads. Fuck your Threads. Dude, why is it always on Threads? I don't give a fuck about Threads. Let's see.
Say Chuck Schumer should go. I've voted for him many times. I am ideologically quite aligned with where he is as a senator, but he's no longer capable of running this caucus. He's no longer capable of leading
Who
the
is
Democratic
this?
Party. I am a lifelong, I am an establishment Democrat, and I'm here to say that Bernie Sanders is much more in line with where I and many other Democrats are today.
It's happening, folks. It's happening. The red wave, the red tsunami is here. No, boo, get her out. I don't give a fuck who this is. I don't know who this is. What I care about is establishment Democrats beginning to turn on the establishment, beginning to become a little bit socialist. Just a little bit socialist.
Today than Chuck Schumer is. And, if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I would have laughed at you. So that just to underscore exactly how furious,
That's incredible. Dude, we have so many fucking tabs. Washington Times. Oh, let's see. I bet you there's some good funny ass memes going around too. If Chuck Schumer was in charge of all the line at Gettysburg. Thanks, Ann, for becoming a loyalist. I appreciate you. The Onion. Chuck Schumer helps pull Democrats from the brink of courage. Oh, Graham. What do you have to say?
Gray, rainy, and dreary, but more importantly, it is a bleak morning for millions of American families. Because last night, some Senate Democrats caved.
Oh, I have such mixed feelings about Graham. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
And on the shutdown, how would you characterize the way that Senator Schumer handled this shutdown?
I think it's important that we understand that this is not just about Senator Schumer, but that this is about the Democratic Party. Senator Schumer, there was no one vote that ended this shutdown.
He's the leader of the Democrat Party.
Talking about a coordinated effort.
Everything is top down, bitch. It is, you are as strong as your weakest link, and that is all. If the leader of your party is not on board with the progressive movement, yes, he needs to be fucking replaced. Well, Graham is awesome. I know. Graham says all the things that needs to be said. Listen, I know. Graham Plattner and his platform is awesome. But I don't trust the Nazi tattoo. I draw a line. You don't have to draw that line I do. I say, to me, to have a fucking Totenkopf tattooed on you for 18 years means either you're stupid or you're secretly a Nazi. And either one, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But that's not even what we're fucking talking about right now.
Of 8 senators with the knowledge of Leader Schumer voting to break with the entire Democratic Party in exchange for nothing. And now people...
Like everyone knew what a Totenkopf is. I know not everyone knows what a Totenkopf is, but somebody who spent 2 tours in Afghanistan and worked for Blackwater and is in the military and probably studies military history, they know what a fucking Totenkopf is.
Healthcare costs are going to be skyrocketing, and we want to make sure that we have a path to ending this moment and finding relief for them right now. But I think that when we talk about this debate about the Democratic Party, it is indeed about the party writ large and our ability to fight or not.
And that debate almost certainly will only intensify.
So she really did avoid that question with a 10-foot pole. It's strange. You know what I think it is? I think AOC doesn't want to be the minority leader. She wants to be the president. And unfortunately, she would be more useful as the minority leader. She could set the status quo, But she probably just wants to be the fucking president. Excuse me. Let's see if Donnie has tweeted. He hasn't. It's almost been 24 hours. He still hasn't posted. Look at this. Look at this. Leftist watching Normie Libs flame Chuck Schumer right now. No, this is me. This is me. Brothers, do you understand? Like, if you're here, you're not the average voter. You're not a fucking lib. If you're here, you're a little bit more involved. This, how many times have I told you to be a socialist is to be 6 months early? That's all it is. All it means is you read the room, you understand what's going on, you say it as it is, people fucking flame you for being a fearmonger, and then 6 months later they come crawling at your door. That's what this is. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I'd be so conflicted if it was you versus AOC. I wouldn't want to go against AOC. I'd do it with her, you know? I'd be like, all right, you play nice and I'll play ball. You know, she'll be like, we are going to establish a Medicare for all. I'm going to go, and we're going to fuck a billionaire. I'm going to fuck him. And they're going to be like, Chris. I'm going to go, oh, fuck his butt. Oh, fuck his butt. I'm not being facetious. Oh, fuck his butt. Who's AOC? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. All right, let's combine these links. I mean, do I even need to combine them? I think that they all kind of speak for themselves. I think they all kind of speak for themselves. They don't even need to be in a particular order. There we go. We'll start there for that one. Yup. Okay. I think we're good. Is it goon time yet? Nah, it's gonna be later. That's gonna be later. Don't you worry. We don't skip goon mode. Alright, you guys ready to lock in? Oh. You guys ready to lock in? You ready? You ready? Let's do it. Cuck Schumer's getting bullied, and I'm loving it! Cuck Schumer is so unpopular that he is now the most unpopular Senate Democratic leader in history. For as long as we've been keeping track of it, he is the worst. I think it's like -4% or some shit. Thank you for the $5, which I don't even understand. How do you have -4% approval? What do you got, fucking ghosts in purgatory going, I like Chuck Schumer, and like they don't really count because, you know, they can't actually grab the pen to vote. You know, I don't know, but Chuck Schumer, as we all know, he capitulated, he bent the fucking knee, and it wasn't just him, it was also 8 other goddamn fucking traitors. But what we're watching in real time, my fellow comrades, is the average liberal is abandoning the Democrat establishment, and it is a truly, truly beautiful thing to see. I saw this meme, and it really made me laugh. Let me like it. Let me like it. But leftists watching normie libs flame Chuck Schumer right now, because, guys, I've said this a million times before. To be a socialist, to be progressive, to be a leftist, and also to just be a realist, is to be 6 months early. That's really all it is. About 6 months to a year. It's to read the writing on the wall and go, oh, I don't think the Democrat establishment supports us. And then everybody screams and yells at you and say, oh, you're Democrat infighting. It's the left chewing the left's legs off, right? And then 6 months later, when the Democrat Party betrays the voters, they're like, fuck, man. Fuck, you were right. The Democrat Party doesn't represent us. What are you, DSA, Democratic Socialists of America? And we go, yeah. And then a couple hundred or a couple thousand libs turn into socialists. This is what it is. We're watching it happen in real time. We are building up motion. We are building up momentum. And I do want to remind you to join your local DSA. You do have a local DSA. You could find out. Zoran Mamdani's in the fucking DSA. I'm in the fucking DSA. I'm pretty sure AOC is endorsed by the DSA. Bernie's endorsed by the DSA. The DSA is the future of the Democrat Party. That's it. So there's a whole bunch of these memes. I got a lot of stuff queued up for you. Today's video is really just going to be all about how Chuck Schumer is getting literally bodied. What did Kyle say here? Yeah. Yup. No, this is exactly what's going on. Let me repost that too. Repost. That is exactly what's going on. This is why I've said before, I think that the reason why I have growth, you know, like I'm relatively growing in popularity, is not because I'm like some fucking Lisan al-Gaib, but it's because the death of decorum happened when we elected a rapist, okay? And the way that I look at politics is like a chessboard, right? And the Republicans decided to take their pawn and move it like a rook. They broke the fucking rules. They said, fuck the rules, fuck decorum. And they moved their pawn like a rook. And Chuck Schumer and AIPAC Shakur, Hakeem Jeffries, and Nancy Pelosi, and all these fucking establishment Dems, they saw that happen. And they said, and they finger wagged. They said, how dare you break the rules? And they moved their pawn regularly, and they tried to play the game the way that it's supposed to be played. And over again, the Republicans, they started moving their rook diagonally. They started moving their pawn straight. They started moving their knight like a bishop. They just violated all the rules. And if you're in the fucking business of winning, play ball. Play ball. And that's what we're seeing right now is libs are fucking pissed. Everybody's fucking pissed. Even the right wing doesn't know what's happening. The right wing is celebrating the left fighting the left because they think it's going to turn Democrat liberal establishment voters into MAGA voters. They couldn't be further from the truth. It's going to turn them into socialists like ourselves. It's going to turn them into progressives. It's going to make them realize there has to be a better alternative. And there is. Comrade, give me some Bella Ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato invasore. Yeah! Sorry, I don't know what's going on with me today. Mao Zedong. Let's get to it. Let's start off with this. Oh wait, shameless plug. Hi, I'm Chris Valenti. This is the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. Never had a conversation with an advertiser, a billionaire, or a government. So if you do want to support this channel financially, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can buy merch, like the Democratic Socialist merch, or we've got the Duty Calls merch. We've got all Know But You Don't Understand merch. It's all available below. You can click the thanks button down below to donate to me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member and get access to member-only content and some really cool emotes. And the last thing you could do is become a patron on Patreon. You'll get access to the Patreon-only content. Thank you very much for 130,000 subs and 500,000 followers on Instagram. That's fucking huge. TikTok doesn't matter anymore. That app is fucking dog shit. But thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. You guys are the reason why we have motion. This is your movement. I am just a fucking megaphone. All right, let's get to it. Schumer is now the most unpopular Senate Democratic leader on record, says the poll. So Harry Enten, one of our, do I have him? I think I have him queued up here. Hold on, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Yes. Yes. Harry Enten is one of my favorite guys. He's on CNN. He does the transatlantic accent in the year of our Lord 2025, inshallah, because we're living through fascism. Like, he's using the transatlantic accent from back in the 1920s and the 30s, being like, yeah, see, put up your duke, see? Because it hits hard as fuck. Like, dude, I've done this before. I'm like, my fellow Americans, there's a great scourge that is enveloping our nation. The rise of fascism is upon us. We have masked Gestapo units patrolling our streets, rounding up our migrant neighbors. And I simply cannot have that, my fellow Americans, and I believe you cannot either. He does the same fucking thing. Give me back my frames. He does the same fucking thing on CNN, and it hits hard. My thing is, I don't think he's faking it. I think this is dead ass what he sounds like, which is really funny. Here we go. Give it to me, Harry.
Terrible to quote another Charles Barkley when it comes to Chuck Schumer. Look at this. Least popular Dem Senate leader ever. I looked at all of the polls going all the way back since 1985.
He doesn't say 1985. He says since 1985. What do you... I love this fucking guy. I love this fucking guy.
The one who has the lowest rating among Democrats is, in fact, Chuck Schumer. Look at this. He's underwater with Democrats. His own party, he's underwater. He's at -4 points. That makes him the least popular guy for a Dem Senate leader going all the way.
Yes, because, dude, The Onion had a great fucking article about this where it said it was like, Chuck Schumer saves the Democrat Party from the grips of courage, right? We were almost there. Trump was panicking, and I've got reporting to show you that they were literally panicking. Trump himself was like, fuck, dude. They're like, Republicans are getting killed, metaphorically, because of this shit. And now that it's over, there are staffers within the White House who are literally shitting and giggling, kicking their feet up, calling the Democrat establishment pussies and losers, verbatim. This is reporting coming from Zateo News that we're going to cover later on in the video, but for now, we got to keep on going.
Back since the mid-1980s at least.
Do you have a sense of why?
Why?
Oh, why? Why? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because the Democrat establishment has done Dickie McGeezacks, to quote Kyle Kulinski, done fickety fuck all to fight back against a fascist regime that all of us are screaming bloody murder. Brother, they've got a mass Gestapo unit sending people to a fucking concentration camp in El Salvador where they're getting raped. What the fuck are we talking about?
Why? It's because Democrats, they want a fighter.
You see what I'm saying? This motherfucker, put your fucking dukes up. He's hitting fisticuffs. He's using the voice. I know what you're doing, Harry, and I love it. I love what you're fucking doing.
They want a fighter. That's why. Take a look here. Dems in Congress do too little to oppose Trump. During the first term, it was just 46% in 2017. That's the percentage of Democrats who said that the Dems in Congress are doing too little to oppose Donald Trump.
Flip.
Look at where we are now.
From 46% to 70, on which I'm calling it 70 because 69 is hilarious. 46% of Democrats thought the Democrat establishment isn't going hard enough on Trump, right? That's less than half. So the majority of Democrats were like, hey, they're putting up a fight. Now, 70% of Democrats say you're not doing enough. That means only 30% of Democrat voters are happy right now. Who the fuck are they? Are they the wine moms? Who the fuck are they?
69%. That is an increase of, get this, 23 points. The super duper majority of Democrats believe that the Democrats in Congress are not doing enough to oppose Donald Trump. And that, of course, is a big, huge criticism of Chuck Schumer. And that is why he is underwater.
What are you doing? Harry, what the fuck? Did you just jump? You're on the news. I love it. I do love it. I'm flirting with you, Harry.
I knew you were going to do the dip. All right.
I always do the dip. I need my exercise in the morning.
There has been talks of a challenge to Schumer. What are you saying on that front? Who looks like they're in place to do it?
Okay, so you see this opening slide here, and you see, of course, that Chuck Schumer is underwater with Democrats nationally. But of course, the ultimate way to get Chuck Schumer out of office is...
It's a primary. I mean, the people want AOC to do it. That's probably what's... I haven't watched this yet, but the people want AOC to do it. AOC wants to run for president. She's caught between, what she wants and what the people want. I think she'd be more effective as the, minority leader to set the status quo and allow more wiggle room for real leftist, progressive, communist movements.
To beat him in New York State. So how do New York State Democrats feel about Chuck Schumer? And take a look here, the net favorable among New York Democrats. Chuck Schumer is above water with the Democrats in his home state, but just by 16 points. Look at...
Bro, I'm a New Yorker. Yo, New Yorkers, what the fuck are you thinking? Who the fuck supports Chuck? I think I know who does. Oof, I think I figured it out. They're in Brooklyn.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez running way ahead. If she decides to challenge...
Or I guess you could say they're under Brooklyn?
Chuck Schumer come 2028, she's got a real leg up on the competition. I dare say at this point she would be the favorite to beat him, which would be something that would just blow my mind, even just a few years ago, given that Chuck Schumer, of course, is a New York born bred type of guy.
Yeah, those are incredible.
Look at that, 30 points ahead. My goodness gracious.
That's a lot.
I mean, I think she'd do a lot better as a minority leader, and I told you why. Now, we're going to move on to Trump truth. So here's the thing. This is actually important. I got nothing to show you. I got nothing to show you. I have to burp. Whoa. You're still here. I have nothing to show you on truth, which is big, which is very big, because Donald can't go 24 hours without fucking without posting. And this is because he's in the Situation Room having a panic meeting with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, all these fucking people. He's having a panic meeting with them over the Epstein files that are being released, trying to find a way. Hold on, I think Trump is live right now. Trump live, AP News. Trying to find a way to scrub his fucking name out of it. Apparently, Trump is signing executive orders. We'll take a quick look at this. I don't know what this is about. Has he started yet?
David Schweiker, thank you all for being here. Thank you, fellas. Great group. We're also joined by countless distinguished...
Don't care. Fuck you. You're stupid. You're an idiot, and I hate you. But yeah, no, so Donnie's having an emergency meeting in the Situation Room, trying to figure out what to do about the Epstein files that are being released. And most likely, it's going to end up with, like, his veto power is going to be the only way to prevent it from being released, which is literally solely on him. So if he does veto it, there will be nobody to blame, because the Democrats might have a supermajority where they don't even need any Republicans to flip. And it looks like over 100 Republicans are getting ready to flip on the vote to release the Epstein files. This might actually be the straw that breaks the camel's back in reference to Donald. So we've got some Epstein news, because I was just talking about the Epstein files that I wanted to show you. Thank you for the $5. What are the people saying Zoran's election wasn't a victory because it wasn't far left enough? Those are what I would call like the really annoying, smarmy theory Marxists, right? Like, I'm a fucking socialist. You know, I like the Communist Manifesto. I like Marxism, but like, I'm not going to be shoving the fucking theory down your throat. I understand what the winning strategy is. Zoran is the first step in a very long staircase into that communist utopia that nobody here will live to see. The communist utopia is an end stage. That is hundreds of years down the line. Everything that we are doing is trying to create a better future. You're not going to get to live in it, kid. You're going to get to create it, and you're going to be proud of it. So, speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, we've got some practically concrete evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent. New. So this is from Dropsite News. Shout out to Dropsite News. An Israeli military intelligence officer, that's Mossad, so I'll rephrase it. New. A Mossad agent lived at Jeffrey Epstein's home in Manhattan on multiple occasions, including while he was an aide to then Israeli Defense Minister Ehud Barak. So, I mean, we're not going to go into too much detail about this because this video is primarily about Chuck Schumer, but the president is compromised, okay? He's literally compromised by foreign agents, by foreign assets. And I firmly believe that there's a lot of them embedded in the White House. Listen, I got no evidence of this, but I'm starting to think that Melania might be one of them, considering that, you know, according to Michael Wolff, allegedly the first time that Donald Trump and Melania had sex was on the Lolita Express, which is Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile plane that he used to take to the pedophile island. So I don't know. I'm starting to think things are a lot deeper than we're ever going to find out. I don't know. Anyway, back to Chuck Schumer. So here we got Apex Shakur, also known as Hakeem Jeffries, and he is asked a question by a very quiet reporter. And she asks him, she says, hey, do you still have faith in Chuck Schumer? And do you think he should stay in his position? I'll say her question loud so you can hear it. Or his. A lot of Democrats in your own caucus. A lot of Democrats in your own caucus are suggesting that Schumer is ineffective as a leader. And he should be replaced. Do you view him as effective? And should he keep his position? That is the question. Now, before we let Apex Shakur answer, let me ask you guys. Do you guys think that Chuck Schumer is effective in his position? And should he keep his position? Two questions. The people. I mean, hey, this is a democracy, ain't it? Do you guys, it's two questions. Is he effective? And should he stay? We've got no and no, 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 we've got no and no. Who the fuck thinks he's good at this? He has been good at one thing, and only one thing. Giving up, surrendering at the worst possible time. There is nobody who has ever done it better than him. It's almost impressive the way that he manages to get us so close, teetering on the edge of victory, and then goes, I quit. Oh, I'm done. Donald is fucking asleep in the Oval Office, drooling in his shitty fucking diaper. And Chuck Schumer's going, that's it, I quit, I surrender, you got me. He's a fucking pussy. Okay, so we got no one knows. All right, so let's see what AIPAC Shakur has to say. So, Mr. Hakeem Jeffries, is Chuck Schumer effective, and should he keep his job?
Yes and yes.
Go fuck yourself with a crazy straw. What do you mean, yes and yes? What do you mean, yes and yes? How? What the fuck has he done? We just ended this government shutdown for nothing. For nothing. And as I'm going to show you, Mike Johnson is literally saying, like, no, we ain't giving them diddly shit. We ain't giving them diddly shit. I also want to show you real quick how much, this is Track AIPAC. You should check this out. This is a list of the people that get money. I want to show you something. So Chuck Schumer has received $1.7 million from AIPAC. And a lot of these people have received a lot of different amount of money. But I think I found one of the reasons why Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are such buddy-buddy. So 1.7 for Chuck, 1.7 for Hakeem. That's a little too close in my eyes. It feels like you two were a package deal. It feels like you two are like a duo in RedSec, you know, the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. It feels like you two are linked at the hip to the point where, what, are you receiving checks one day after the other? Are you guys in the same duo Zoom meetings? Are you guys dropping duos and pulling out dubs? Because that's far too close. I don't believe it. I don't believe that is just a coincidence. So, like I was saying, Chuck Schumer's a pussy. As we know, we've got reporting from Zeteo News. Mehdi Hassan tweeted this out. Get this. This is from Zeteo News from inside of the White House. The Trump White House, for its part, is cackling, sometimes literally, about the turn of events. 2 White House officials and 2 other Trump advisors could barely contain their giddiness when asked by Zeteo about the latest instance of the Democrat elite capitulating to Trump. Multiple Trump aides and allies kept gratuitously using terms such as losers and pussies. And they reveled in the relief from a shutdown that even President Trump acknowledged was getting Republicans killed politically. Here's the thing. They're right. The Democratic elite are losers and pussies. They're right. And Trump is right. Trump acknowledged we're getting killed politically. Remember, I think last week I was telling you, it was like 60% of the American people blamed Trump for the government shutdown. That number was only going to build as he took away SNAP benefits, which he's going to do anyway, regardless of them opening the government. As healthcare and premiums quadrupled, which he's doing anyway, regardless of the government opening. As you know, more and more people see their military family members being sent to a war in fucking Venezuela. All this shit was going to build up, and it was going to give us motion, and it was going to turn the American people against Donald Trump. But no, you fucking bent the knee at the worst possible moment. And part of the reason why is we're finding out that Chuck Schumer was having, not just Chuck and the other 8 traitors were having backroom deals with Donald about opening up the government because they were getting pressured by big airline companies. You remember how Trump was like, everybody knew the airlines were suffering under this because Donald Trump refused to pay air traffic controllers. And air traffic controllers has got to be like the worst job on planet Earth. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Air traffic controllers are like, dude, you're not getting paid and you have the most stressful job on the world, where if you fuck up, fucking like 300 people die. Dead ass, bro. It's literally like, I can't think of a worse job, bro. That's horrifying. If you fuck up, it's not like, oh, sorry, boss. No, it's like, I just killed 300 people. So the airlines have been pressuring people like Chuck Schumer. Let me show you. Where is it? Here, look at this. This is from David Sirota. Airlines' favorite Democrats just voted to end the shutdown. The Senate Democrats who voted to end the shutdown without extending the ACA subsidies took in a third of these airlines' PAC-driven election spending last year. So last year, when these airlines were giving out money from their PACs to these politicians, which I fucking hate and shouldn't be legal, right? The 8 Democrats who voted to open the government, they received over a third of that money. They're bought out by fucking airlines, by like fucking Spirit and shit, by like United and Delta and shit like that. They're literally choosing their fucking donors over the American people. So The president is calling us pussies. The president is calling us losers. And now we've got even shows like The View, which is like liberal, super libbed up shit. The audience in The View was like wearing pantsuits when Hillary was running. And now they're like unironically fucking out of their seats standing and cheering for Bernie Sanders, calling Cuck Schumer a fucking pussy. I haven't watched this yet. It's like a 6-minute segment. I'm gonna increase the speed of it, and I think maybe we'll watch the whole thing if you guys don't mind. Let's see.
So let us tell you what's been going on. The biggest
Just the
sticking
volume.
point in the longest U.S. government shutdown has been Democrats demanding that Republicans negotiate to extend health care subsidies that are about to expire. But last night, 8 Senate Democrats threw in the towel by siding with the GOP to advance a vote that could lead to the government reopening. And they tried to explain themselves to their unhappy colleagues. Take a look.
I understand that not all of my Democratic colleagues.
We did see this one. I covered this one right when it fucking happened. Thank you for the $10. Wasn't this similar to how the mustache man became chancellor? They gave it to him after the Nazis started to lose. Also, thank you for everything that you do. Your anger helps me feel valid about mine. The intricacies of Hitler taking over Germany go way further than that. And I could cover that. I actually already have a video. It's called, I think, The Rise of Fascism. You could check it out. It's in a different playlist. I think the Rabbit Hole playlist or the Valentified History playlist.
Are satisfied with this agreement. But waiting another week or another month wouldn't deliver a better outcome.
Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have. Waiting enough. Dude, you were so close to getting them to fucking negotiate because everybody was blaming them. If they wanted to win the midterm elections, they would have had to fucking negotiate.
Agreement tonight.
Oh, and this guy who looks like he fucking blew Santa Claus to completion. His name is Angus. Yo, listen, I'm sorry if your name is Angus, but I'm about to flame an Angus right now. Who the fuck names their kid Angus?
Is a win for the American people. There was zero chance of dealing with the ACA issue as long as the shutdown continued.
Bullshit, 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 bullshit. You are fucking on your knees cradling Trump's orange fucking balls right now.
Now, I don't know, 50-50?
No, I don't know. Dude, verbiage matters here. This guy doesn't give a fuck about the ACA subsidies. Now, I don't know, 50-50? He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck because he's never going to have to worry about this. Are you kidding me? It's Angus King. This is he's probably got millions of dollars. He's never going to give a fuck. Somebody said, fuck you, my name is Angus. Get fucked.
But there's a lot better chance now than there was this morning.
This was a very, very bad vote. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism.
Hell yes.
To his war against working class people.
You hear that clapping? You hear that clapping, bro? Those are liberal wine moms on The View. Bernie's a socialist, gang. This is the movement happening.
That is what the American people wanted, but tonight, that is not what happened.
So, I mean, you know, 50-50 chance of negotiating health care subsidies. I just remember all of the people who are coming in and hoping that people would vote them in and say, yes, you can be this person, or you can be a judge, or you can be this. And they all said, no, we're not going to mess with anything. No, we're going to leave everything as it was. I have no faith.
Yeah, you guys remember when Trump kept on saying, no, we're not going to touch Medicaid. We're not going to touch Medicare. We promise. Yeah, Trump voter. I know that you have like a very short attention span, but they did promise they wouldn't touch health care. They made a lot of promises. He said he was going to end the wars. He didn't do that. Actually started many illegal wars. We're in war with Venezuela. We're going to war with Colombia. We illegally bombed Iran. We threatened to invade Greenland. We threatened to invade Panama. We're threatening to invade Mexico. We threatened to annex Canada. We bombed California. Isn't that fucking crazy? You don't believe me? Look it up.
That they're going to negotiate and come back to the table. And you know, I'm glad that folks, maybe, because again, we have seen, you say this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen.
Right.
So surprise me and show me that this is really, that people are going to get their money, that people are going to get the money that they are entitled to. It's not a gift. Right. They're entitled to this money during when there's a shutdown. You're entitled to that money. Yeah. So this idea that they're giving in and giving this as a gift, it's not a gift. No. You know, I don't understand. So is he right that American?
Well, she's right too. She is right. Like, guys, like, don't forget that all of these like SNAP benefits and all of these subsidies, they're paid through our tax dollars. We paid those tax dollars because of what it was being allocated to. And now all of that money is just sitting in the treasury being absorbed by Donald to pay off billionaires. Your money is going to fucking Elon Musk. Your money is going to Peter Thiel, Sam Altman. It's not going to what was promised. It's fucking illegal.
Just wanted Democrats to keep fighting. You know,
it's going to Argentina and Israel.
And you know, people will get rehired, supposedly, federal workers, and reinstate SNAP
They're
benefits.
They're not rehiring federal workers. They're only rehiring federal workers that are loyalists to the Fuhrer. And this isn't a theory. He fucking said it himself. He goes, we're going to take good care of our people, but not everyone. That is coded language. That is, if you are loyal, we will pay you. Oh my God.
But a 50-50 chance of extending the subsidies, I don't believe it.
So I've been saying from the outset, I don't think anyone wins in a government shutdown, and I welcome this deal. And let me tell you why. So the fight over extending the Obamacare subsidy
Shut the fuck up, you plastic-faced bitch.
is about addressing 22 million Americans who are going to see their healthcare premiums skyrocket. I believe that's important. I'm with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm with Michael
That's a crazy thing to say out loud.
Waller and a number of Republicans who believe we have to extend those for at least a year. However, in the interim, while the government remains shut down, 42 million people are losing SNAP benefits.
Yes, because the fucking psychopathic president of the United States said, if you don't let me take away their health care, I'm taking away their food stamps. He pitted the hungry versus the sick in a fucked up Hunger Games, bro. That's what he fucking did.
Ahead of the holidays. So to me, we've got to hold out for those 22 million whose premiums are going to...
Oh, yeah, dude, because our president said, hey, I'm a psycho and I'll kill you all. We have to go, you're right, guys, he's a psycho. He's going to kill us all. We just have to do what he does. This is the most pussy shit I've ever fucking seen, dude. You are spineless, gelatinous worm people.
Go up, but deny these people SNAP benefits in the meantime. That math doesn't math for me. I think adults need to get to the table and need to be willing to negotiate. And here's the other
negotiate. Here's the thing. Threatening to starve that many people is so fucked up, and you want us to negotiate? There's an old American adage, bitch. Americans don't negotiate with terrorists. And that's some fucked up terrorist shit right there.
That wasn't mentioned here. Donald Trump has been pushing Leader Thune to nuke the filibuster, which would allow Republicans to reopen the government without needing a single Democratic vote to do so.
Yes, this is part of the reason why Cuck Schumer reopened the government, because Cuck Schumer doesn't want to lose access to the filibuster. And here's the thing, guys. Fuck the filibuster, bro. You know what that means? That means that when Democrats get the fucking power back, we can just bulldoze our shit through. If the filibuster's gone, yeah, it's going to be a little bit scary Bellberry in the meantime, but that pendulum is going to swing back. And you know damn well these Republican cocksuckers are going to step foot in the way every single time they can. Unlike the Democrats who do fucking nothing when Trump is the president, the Republicans are going to pull an Obama the next time there's a Democrat in office, if there's ever a fucking election again. And if you got rid of the filibuster, you could just hold up your middle finger and your elbows and steamroll through the fucking Congress, through the fucking Senate.
Leader Thune didn't do that. He actually worked with a number of Democrats to come to this conclusion, which does get Dems some win, reversing those layoffs, as you mentioned, extending SNAP and WIC benefits through the end of 2026, also ensuring that the military and veterans affairs get paid, and guaranteeing this vote on Obamacare subsidies, which we'll see. But that is a much better deal than what could have happened if it was not reopened. And finally...
That's cope. That's straight up cope. That's bullshit. If they didn't let it reopen, we could have bargained for more. We could have said, not only do we want the ACA subsidies, we want all ICE agents demasked. We want it to be federally illegal for federal agents to hide their identity. Wait a minute. Oh, that's already fucking illegal. How about some level of enforcement to that policy?
Democrats are going to look like losers if they're just attacking each other in this. For some reason, Marjorie Taylor Greene was better at messaging the stakes of this shutdown, it feels like, than a lot of Democrats were.
She's not wrong there. Marjorie Taylor Greene was genuinely better at like advocating for the American people than the majority of Democrat officials.
You have to give people the benefits they are entitled to under SNAP. You have to address the underlying issues of the crisis of healthcare in this country, but get government back working. No one can get anywhere. Flights aren't flying. The holidays are coming.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you rich bitch. Not everybody has the fucking access to flights, but and on top of that, this is exactly what I was telling you earlier. The Democrat leadership are being pushed by giant airline companies.
This is a welcome decision in my mind.
Okay. Look, let's be clear. The Republicans run the House, the Republicans run the Senate, the Republicans run the White House, the Republicans run the Supreme Court, as far as I'm concerned. This was a choice by Republicans to cut SNAP benefits. This was
yes. And she's right. They do control the Supreme Court, okay? It is completely packed. The Supreme Court is compromised.
Choice by Republicans to cut ACA subsidies. This was a choice by the Republicans to gut the federal government and federal employment. Democrats had nothing to do with it. I want an opposition party. I think the Democrats caved.
That's why you gotta join the fucking DSA. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is good that this is on The View. These are liberal wine moms who are advocating for an opposition party. They're saying, fuck the Democrat Party. We got a choice for you. It's the DSA. We just won in New York City, the capital of capitalism. Zoran is a socialist. Join the fight.
I think the Democrats let down the American people. And like you, Whoopi, I have absolutely no faith that the Republican Party will come to the negotiating table in good faith.
They won't. There will not be a free and fair vote on ACA subsidies. There will not be a negotiation. You just gave up your power.
You know, you do something like this, shame on you the first time. You do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, shame on me. Shame on the Democrats for even believing that the Republicans will, even vote on it. There's no guarantee in this New Deal that there's going to be a vote. There's no even commitment to have a vote. So the bottom line is the Democrats went into this after a blue wave out of the American people saying, we do want the opposition. The working people want the Democratic Party to fight for them. And now they just caved and surrendered. I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over. If he cannot keep his caucus together, he needs to go. He needs to be
I completely
He
disagree
does.
with
He
you.
needs to go.
For this reason, what you...
Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. No one gives a shit what you have to say. Okay. So, we're seeing some motion going on inside the backroom negotiation that led to the shutdown deal. So remember, November 4th, we had our blue wave across the board, right? Zoran dubbing out. I guess that's a red wave because he's our socialist comrade. But Democrats won fucking everywhere. Virginia, California, New York, New Jersey. We're going fucking crazy, right? Well, the next day, November 5th, the next day, Senate Democrats arrived for their caucus-wide lunch. And a lot of them, like 40 Democrats, saying, why would we cave now? We're winning politically, right? Meanwhile, Shaheen, King, and Hassan, the big three, in the words of one source, felt they needed to make progress on a deal fast. Now, why is that? Because remember, this is the day after November 4th. Democrats were winning high. We were all feeling good. Why would you cave when you have momentum? Well, it's because the voter means nothing to these people. That's not who tells them what to do. Who tells them what to do are their donors. And that, just like I told you earlier, was people like, like billionaires and the airlines, like none of it had to do with the average American demanding extensions to the ACA subsidies because they couldn't give less of a fuck about you. Now this is from David Dayan. Many are calling for Chuck Schumer's resignation. What hasn't been reported until now is that any Senate Democrat can offer a motion to challenge his leadership, and it would have to get a vote within 7 days. Call your senator. Demand it. Demand it. The bottom of the rules in Section 14, which is titled Committee on Conference Rules, referring to an internal committee of senators who set the standards for the Democratic caucus. It states that committee members whose names are not made public will review the rules each Congress, quote, and may recommend changes to the rules as need arises. It also states that individual members of the conference may bring proposed changes in the rules to the Committee on Conference Rules or directly to the conference for its consideration, providing members of the conference with the text of the proposed changes to the conference rules at least 1 week before conference consideration. So this means, down here on the bottom, that any member of the Senate Democratic caucus can bring a challenge to Chuck Schumer's leadership position. Any of them can do it, and none of them are. Get on the phone, call your senator, and demand that Chuck Schumer resigns or is thrown out of his fucking position. He does not represent us, and neither do those 8 cocksuckers who are absolute traitors to the American people. Now, I got this because this is funny. There are people leaving, like staffers are fucking quitting their jobs because they're so embarrassed to work for Chuck Schumer. Look at this email. Hi, everyone. After 7 years of fighting the good fight with the incredible people here in Senator Schumer's office, I want to let you know I'm headed out. Good luck in Schumerland. It's all crumbling. It's all crumbling around him. And the last thing that I want to show you is this. This is on MSNBC. It is some establishment Democrat person, and it's just like The View saying that they are turning to Bernie Sanders instead of Chuck Schumer. This is what gives us hope.
I'm sorry to say Chuck Schumer should go. I've voted for him many times. I am ideologically quite aligned with where he is as a senator, but he's no longer capable of running this caucus. He's no longer capable of leading the Democratic Party. I am an establishment Democrat, and I'm here to say that Bernie Sanders is much more in line with where I and many other Senate Democrats are today.
Wow, it's almost like leftists and socialists were right the entire fucking time since Bernie Sanders originally ran. Interesting.
Than Chuck Schumer is. And, you know, if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I would have laughed at you. So that just to underscore exactly how furious Democrats are today for putting the country through this without having an out.
Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. Chuck the cuck. Fuck Chuck. Chuck the cuck. Chuck the fuck out of Cuck Chuck. Nice. But yeah, no, Chuck Schumer, resign in disgrace. You're a failure. You're a pathetic, spineless worm. You represent nothing. You represent fucking AIPAC. You piece of shit. I'm Chris Valenti. This has been the Valenti VOD. If you're here live, you stay. We got more news to cover. If you're watching this pre-recorded, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. And do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. That's a banger. That's a banger. That's a banger. That's a banger. All right. I want Chuck Schumer in a ball with a gag. With, what is it called? With a ball gag. How do I get that on him? How do I get Chuck Schumer to have a ball gag on him? Episode 292. Excuse me. I want, how do I get this? Maybe, all right, so let's save that. I wonder if this will work. Time to make a thumbnail, gang. How'd you guys like that video? How'd you guys like that video? You like it? You fans of it? Good? Good. I'm glad. I do this for you because I love you. Okay. We're going to have to get rid of, I think, like almost the entire back part of this, right? Let's see how this works. I feel like that's actually pretty good. I got to get rid of the corners there. I got to get rid of that and that. Hold on. Good time to tune in, right? Great time to tune in. Dude, I think that looks pretty damn good, right? That looks pretty damn good, right? Or is that too big? Is that too big? Make it a little bit smaller. Is that pretty good? Oh, that's fantastic. Flip it and it's perfect. All right, let's flip it just to see what happens. Is that better? I think that is actually better, right? Yeah, that is better. Thank you. Whoever told me to flip it, thank you. It's going to be funny tomorrow when people who weren't here for Thummy Time see me on Google and one of the recent searches says, ball gag. All right, so... that one. No issues were found with the video, too. That's great. Growth. All right, we need 3. We need 3 for this. First one, it's really good. Chuck the Cuck. Oh, it's not in caps. There we go. That's 1. Remove the white border from your picture? No. All right, so that's 1. What else? We need 2 more. Schumer the groomer? Nah, that doesn't work. Donnie's little bitch is good. Donnie's little bitch. Is it? Can you say bitch in a thumbnail? Just in case, we'll go with this. There we go. Donnie's little bitch. That's better. Just in case. Is that better? I don't think I can get in trouble for that, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, we're good? Okay, that's 2. We need 1 more. We need 1 more. We need 1 more. Schumer the boomer? Nah, it don't work either. Cuck of the century kind of goes well. Cuck of the century? Yeah. All right. Let's get this uploaded. Get the thumbnails in there. If you ever do want to become a content creator, this is the type of stuff that you're going to have to do alone, okay? There's a lot of big content creators out there who have teams, right? And if you're curious how they pump out content at the scale that they do, it's because everything that you've been watching me do, they have like multiple people doing, right? Like you're seeing me go live and do the research and gather the links and then create the video. Now, I don't give a fuck about editing. I say, fuck it, we do it live, right? So I just click start recording, stop recording. That's the video. If you want to edit, you got to edit. Then you got to make thumbnails. Then you got to come up with a title. You got to have the hashtags. You got to have the descriptions. You got to do a lot of shit, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm a dipshit. I'm a fucking New York douchebag guinea. If I can do it, you can do it. And we need more people doing it. The more voices that we have fighting this fight, the more likely the youth will be to actually understand what the right side of history is. And it's not the side that fucking hates women and brown people. You know? If I can do it, you can do it. Dumbass. Sis, I'm sorry. That was a little rude. All right, so everybody hates Chuck Schumer. I think that's a great title. Everybody hates Chuck Schumer. Rolls off the tongue, right? Right? Nah, Chris, you're fucking smart, man. I know. Thank you. I don't think I'm a dumb guy, but I'm an educated person. But like at the end of the day, like guys, you don't need to be a genius to read the writing on the wall. That's my point. I think that's a great title for this. Everybody hates Chuck Schumer. All right. Description. Chuck the Cuck is now the least popular Democrat leader in American history. Oh, also, Epstein was Mossad. All right, this goes into the Valenti VOD playlist. There is no AI-generated images. Yes, I want the video monetized. This deals with the loss of life, tragedy, or anything, but in a non-exploitative way. Add an end card to subscribe and watch my most recent video. Public, and then a quick test. Schumer's getting bullied. And I'm loving it. Schumer's getting bullied. All right, it starts a little late, but Schumer's getting bullied. And I'm loving it. Cuck Schumer. Now, we're going to have to edit it to the Cuck Schumer part. Publish. Schumer's getting bullied. And I'm loving it! Cuck. All right, you're gonna have to cut out the I'm loving it. Schumer's getting bullied. And I'm loving it! All right, new cut, 416. Cuck Schumer is so unpopular. Done. Banger. I gotta make an ad for it now. You're watching my entire process. You guys are witnessing the process, okay? Yeah. So, Cuck Schumer is now the least popular Democrat leader in American history since we started doing the fucking polls. Everybody fucking hates you, Chuck. And I want you to understand that we've even got the liberal wine moms on The View. Is that a booger? Whoops. We've got liberal wine moms on The View who are starting to get out of their seats and cheer for Bernie Sanders, okay? We're talking about the complete and total abandoning of the Democrat establishment. Just so you understand, guys, there is an alternative. There is an opposition party if you're finally starting to wake up and realize that the Democrats don't actually give a fuck about you. That opposition is the DSA. That opposition is the Democratic Socialists of America. See, to be a socialist, to be a leftist, to be a progressive, is to be 6 months early, be labeled as a fearmongerer, and then have everybody come back on their fucking hands and knees going, oh my God, you were right, the Democrats don't give a shit about us. Oh my God, you were right, Donald Trump is a fascist. Oh my God, you were right, the Democrats aren't fighting back. Welcome to the fucking fight. I got a whole new YouTube video that goes into a deep dive about how Cuck Schumer is just a traitor to every single American. Go check it out, new YouTube video, new YouTube video, new YouTube video. Bang. Chuck the Cuck. Or no, everybody hates Chuck. Everybody hates Chuck. New YouTube video. get that posted on TikTok, and then I'll get that posted on Instagram. Yo, they took away the penny? Finally, dude. Well, they didn't take it away. They just stopped. They're just not making them anymore. We're not making pennies anymore, which is good. Nothing costs a penny. We shouldn't be making them. It's fucking useless. It's a waste of money. It costs more to make a penny than a penny is worth. It's fucking stupid. All right, video posted. Let's get it posted on Instagram as well. A buddy of mine, Josh the Progressive, he just sent me this video on Instagram that he made. Let's see.
They were 15 years old, so it was fine. What? Yeah, the girls, they weren't girls. They were young women. They were 15, 16 years old. Republicans and the president had these children raped. Oh, they were 15.
Yeah, no, that is unironically what Republicans are doing now. I don't know if you guys know who Dean Withers is. He's one of those, he's like a rad lib that goes live on TikTok, and he had a fucking guy up there who was literally asked him directly. He said, can you tell me why child rape is bad? It was insane. He almost had to debate. Thank God he didn't even give the guy airtime. He was like, are you out of your fucking mind? It's fucking insane. Delusional shit. Somebody mute the guy saying boom the yada relentlessly. Appreciate your support. Don't appreciate your spam. What do I use to make my thumbnails? Canva. All right, that is posted on Instagram and TikTok. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Give him airtime. Me and Josh have been talking about doing an interview together. I love him. Me and Josh he's a great guy. He makes great content. He's essentially me in California. You know, he's just the California version of me. If you ever want to see what I look like, or not look like, what I would sound like if I was not Silicon Valley, but what do they call? Valley. If I was Valley, you know, it'd be Josh. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm 16. I'm more into politics than anybody I know because of you, Chris. Then you are smarter than most of the people that you know. You have to understand that there is nothing in this world that is not directly tied to politics. Even your GTA 6 is directly tied to politics. They almost passed a bill that would have banned GTA 6 because it was considered quote-unquote pornographic material. There is nothing that they won't stop at. A palate cleanser? Yeah, we'll do a palate cleanser, and then I'll go. Let's do a palate cleanser. See you, Chris. I'm going to head out. You have a good day, man. I'm going to end the stream very soon. We're going to do one quick palate cleanser. What is this? Is that me? I think that's me and Joe. That should be me, and that's Joe.
Yo, Clint.
Oh, I get bodied. We both get bodied. All it takes is one, folks. All it takes is one. There's got to be another one. Hold on. We'll do one more palate cleanser. That was kind of shit, right? Rolling up on Tilted.
come get these lights, Joe?
They're in that middle building. Yo, behind you. I got him. I got him. Knocked one. I got him. I got him. Bodied. Knocked one. Knocked two. Alright, they're all dead. There's still people in that building. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Did I? Alright, they're all dead. There's still people in that building. Yo, am I just the best at everything? There's still people in that building. That is the craziest shit ever. I need some medium bullets. And I just moved on. It was nothing to me back then. I used to have motion, dude. That was nothing to me back then.
There's 2 scars here and a bolt.
That wasn't even worth mentioning. That's how godly I am.
Golden shotgun.
Scar.
New one.
I already have one. Where's the bolt?
I have the bolt.
Oh, okay. They're still in this building. Here they come.
Shit, more people.
Knocked one. Knocked two. Finishing. Hello? Motion. Straight up motion. Alright, that's it. I just move fast. I move like water. What you gonna do when I come for you? Oh, what is this? I accidentally clicked somebody else's video. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. By the way, guys, I recently found out this is not like a stock image. My mother took this photo. I had no idea. My mother took this photograph. It's a crazy... I thought this was a stock image. Anyway. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti Videos broadcast. I love you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing. Helps me immensely. And feel free to donate to the channel. Every last dollar goes a long way. Thank you for 130,000 subs. Nelson just dropped the Feeding America link. Please donate to Feeding America. If our government refuses to feed our people, then we're going to take it upon ourselves to prevent starvation. The Creator Coalition that I'm a part of, we've already raised over $200,000. That's over 1 million meals. Every dollar goes a long way. If you don't want to donate to me, please donate to them. Have a good one. Bye-bye-bye-bye.